This is our
Hi.
favorite part of the week.
It is our
Very
favorite
quickly
part of the
becoming
week.
a favorite part, yeah.
Get so excited.
We get to meet the most inspiring people that we know from our programs, and we get to interview them and ask them questions about their lives so that you guys see that it's not just fitness people that change their lives, it's actually real people from all over the world. And we've just learnt about a new place called Weaverville.
You said it right.
It sounds so cool.
Weaverville.
And you guys will also get to ask questions as well, because obviously you'll have questions, because this next mum we've got today is so inspiring. She's inspired me and you for so long now.
So many.
She has done our program, obviously, but she's also now been in maintenance for 9 months, I think, or maybe it might be a bit longer than 9 months. But a big question that we get asked is, how do they maintain the bounce back? People get so afraid of bouncing back once they've gained weight, like that bounce back effect. And the thing that I notice so much with our program, and the thing that I love about the mums and dads that do it, is they maintain a healthy lifestyle after. So anyone's going to bounce back on any program, on any health kick you do, if you go back to your old lifestyle. That's the thing. So we're going to chat to Alicia today all about Alyssa today all about it. Sorry.
Sharny keeps saying Alicia because of Alicia Keys.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you related to Alicia Keys?
I wish. No, yes, it's Alyssa.
Yeah. So I'm so used to saying Alicia Keys, but it's not. It's Alyssa Keys. So, and they're not related. I just found out. So let's introduce Alyssa.
All right, yeah. Tell us about yourself, Alyssa. We know you come from bear country, and you go for runs with mace.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Just living in a small town, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's just kind of like you just do what you got to do, and so I just find places to run that are populated, and like you said, no bears are there. So. But yeah, I really enjoy running. I ran a 10K today around my town.
Wow.
Really
wow, that's amazing. About yourself. So how many kids? So everyone knows a little bit about you, how much weight you've lost. Just give us a quick overview.
I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they're both boys. And I think I've lost to date about 50 pounds, which I think is about 19 kilograms. Yeah, so I started off at 177 pounds, but then I did a whole week of the pregame, and what's it called? The preseason.
Yeah, that's
the preseason. Yeah, of just the nutrition part of it, and I lost 7 pounds in 1 week, just like that, just with the food. But I used to play sports in high school, and I was real sporty. And just from having kids, living in a rural area, just not getting very active, I gained weight with both my pregnancies and couldn't lose it for anything. And I tried everything like Atkins and Beachbody and all that stuff to really get the weight off, but it never kept it off. Like I would lose maybe 20 pounds, but it always came back. So I needed a lifestyle change for sure. I was 2 pounds from outweighing my husband, who's a good 5 inches, 6 inches taller than me.
Wow, how'd that make you feel?
I was crushed when he got on the scale, and then I got on right after him and saw that I was 3 pounds from outweighing him. He was 180, I was 177. I just said, I have to do something. I can't outweigh my husband. Like, you know, I'm so much smaller than him. I'm only 62 centimeters, so I'm 5'4". So I'm not that tall, but I definitely didn't know that I was that heavy either, because I never weighed myself. I just did whatever.
Do you think you were in denial at that stage? Like were you avoiding that getting on the scales?
For sure. I actually I went to a store and bought a bikini, like full intention on wearing it. And I went out with just my mom to a swimming hole, and she took a picture of me in it. And I am so glad I didn't wear that in public, because I thought, wow, yeah, I could totally rock a bikini. No way. No. There's no way I should have been wearing that at all. And so just seeing that picture and seeing, okay, I had full intentions on wearing this, thinking that it would look good on me, and not understanding that for the body type I had, I should not be wearing a bikini.
Well, I've seen you in a bikini now, and you look so damn hot. Like, wow. Can we just put a photo on the screen? This is what you look like now.
Let me share this.
This is inspiring. Like, you are one sexy mama.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good job.
Julius is just going to bring it up so everyone can see it really clearly.
Okay, so that's as big as I can get it. Sorry.
You can see it.
Can you see that? Okay. So the bikini that you were wearing with your mum, I think we might have a photo of that too.
Yeah,
okay,
we've got it. This is the before shot.
This is you in your floral bikini. We've got the side
no.
shot, the front shot, and then now in the new bikini, the blue.
Guys, how inspiring is that transformation? Everyone that's tuning in now and watching, how amazing is it? It's just so beautiful to see you guys, all of you. I know that a lot of you watching are on your journey, and you've finished the program as well. We just love it. We're so addicted to watching people really transform their lives, because it's not about the weight loss. That's a byproduct. It's about the person you become through achieving this with discipline. So what I'd love to ask you is, what got you started? Was it that moment with your husband that day? How did you find us? I'd love to know that.
Yeah, it was that moment. That was my, aha moment of like, yes, I need to do something before it gets too far, before I get so heavy that I just don't even know. Like, so yeah. So anyways, I went on the internet to just kind of look for the next big thing that was coming along, the next fad diet or something. And I just happened to see your ad on Facebook, and it was like, are you a stay-at-home mom? Yes. Do you want to lose weight? Yes. Do you want to look like Sharny in a bikini? Heck yes. Like, I definitely want to do all that. But it was geared towards the stay-at-home mom lifestyle, which was totally my lifestyle. And it worked. I mean, it totally worked for me, because I was able to go outside with my kids and still be with my kids and exercise at the same time. And now my 4-year-old can do burpees. So that's
wow.
That's huge.
I'd love to see that if he was around. That's pretty impressive. Hey, that's inspiring to see kids just fall in love with exercise. And I think, is that a big thing for you, if you've really inspired your children to live a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, I really want them to be able to live a healthier lifestyle by means of, I grew up really poor, so all we had was pretty much from what we got from the church, like commodity foods and a lot of dry cereal, and we couldn't really afford, and in the early 90s, they didn't really know a lot about nutrition for young children. So we drank a lot of Kool-Aid, we ate a lot of macaroni and cheese, we did a lot of that, the box foods, because we lived rural and it was hard to go shopping and have fresh food. So yeah, I really want to give my kids the opportunity to see and model, because I eat a lot of vegetables. Like, I posted something the other day because I bought microgreens, and they were in the refrigerator, and my 4-year-old saw my microgreens, and it's in a little tub, and he goes, "Oh, wow." And I was like, "Yeah, I just joked, mom's eating grass." And so he went outside and grabbed a handful of grass and said, "Mom, I made you dinner," and handed me like a handful of grass. So, but we did start our own garden this year, and we have broccoli and kale and spinach and basil, and so it's fun to get the kids out there and actually pick their own vegetables now too. So it's really nice to have your own garden as well, if you can, just to go right outside and grab your kale for the day and not have to go to the grocery store or worry about running out. But
I think for everyone tuning in at the moment, I think it's really important to understand in this whole journey the most amazing thing is your kids and how they transform. And for Julius and I, if we can give our kids one gift in life, it's really a gift to love health and love. So you never get into that diet trap. You never get into the yo-yo dieting or the binge eating, because you're just about nourishing your body. So I think for you as well, you're the same. And so is a lot of people on the program. That'll be the biggest gift that you get out of it, is that your family, you unite as a family and you show your kids a way to be happy and healthy.
I can definitely tell that I'm a lot happier mom parenting as well. Like I tend to have a lot more patience, a lot more energy to be able to keep up with them. And they're 2 boys, toddlers, so it's everywhere all the time. So I do know that my energy level has gone up a lot too. So they have a lot more fun with me now.
That's so good.
Wow.
Hey, talking about feeding the kids, Marja asked a really good question here. Do you cook the same for the whole family?
What I do is I basically make pretty much what I'm going to eat. And then I add, because my husband loves his carbs, he won't give up his carbs. But so I make what I am going to eat, and then I throw in something like a pasta dish for my husband and the kids. But something that's still relatively healthy as far as, pasta goes, or like, maybe a tortilla or something like that just goes with the dinner. But yeah, I pretty much have tried to change what I'm eating, except for on special occasions, of course, like holidays and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
That's so amazing.
Awesome. So our next question for you is, so now you told us the story of how you got inspired to start. Now tell us, what was it like to actually start?
That first week?
Yeah, that first week.
Okay. Yeah. The first week was actually not that hard. I was surprised because I was so motivated. Like I wanted it. I had hit that moment, and I feel like in people's lives, people want it and they want to lose weight, but they're just not motivated enough to get it. And then something happens to them where they just flip a switch and they're like, yes, I'm doing this. And they go all out on it. I know a couple women in the program who've had the same feeling of, I just need to do it. And I just did it. And the progress that I made in the first 2 weeks was so worth every bit of feeling hungry, staying out of the kitchen, like walking away from food, just not taking little nibbles or anything like that, because that was what I was having a really hard time with, is eating things off of my kids' plates after they're done. And so, yeah, the first week was actually really awesome for me to get to see the major weight loss in the first 2 weeks. Because I think what happens, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in the first 2 weeks, you lose a ton of weight. And then I noticed that between 3 and 6, I kind of did a little plateau. And then I had a whoosh. Like week 7, I lost so much weight in week 7. I was like, yes, I am so close to my goal now. And I know people get discouraged when they don't see that scale move, but I think that even gave me more reasons to keep trying, because I wanted to see it move. Like I wanted to see that number. I wanted to see. So my goal was actually to see, and I kept with kilograms and kilometers through the whole thing.
Well
so
done.
I set my scale to kilograms, and so my goal was to see 59. I wanted to see it below 60. And so I think where I started off was like 77 kilograms. I think I started off right around 70, in the high 70s somewhere. And I just needed to see below 50. I have to do that. And I know that was I had a couple friends who were fit moms as well who had the same type of goal. So I think we kept Facebook chatting and kept pushing each other. And that was really important to me, just having that family of moms who started on the same day as me, had the same goal as me, and we kept each other going. And it was great. And we still talk. I mean, it's been over a year since I entered in the program, and we still talk to this day all the time.
Actually, the friendships that we've made that we have evolved in our community of mums and dads all over the world. So if you're just tuning in now, we are chatting just about the weight loss journey for you and how much. So 20, how many kilos exactly? Because I know you've said it in pounds. Was it 20 that you've lost?
Yeah, I think it's about 20 kilos. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is amazing.
It was 50 pounds.
There's a photo we've got of you where you've got 59 today. I just want to show that photo if you can find it. But for everyone, the friendships are so huge. Like imagine all around the world, mums and dads being friends with mums and dads that understand your journey, understand the ups and downs with parenthood, that want to be happy, want to be positive, want to be healthy, and want to grow and be a better person every day. Just wake up and be the best version of yourself every day. That's our community. Like that's, oh my God, it's like golden. It's like a little golden.
Yeah, and it's so heartwarming to see the friendships people have made. You know, you don't, with the internet now, you don't actually have to be friends with the person next door to you if they don't suit your life. You can choose someone from over the world that has the same lifestyle and goals, family values that you do. And that's what we see so much in those, 14,000 people there. And there's so many little communities of that.
Yeah, and as a stay-at-home mom, you don't get out much. Like, I mean, when you do, you have kids, and it's really hard to get out and just have a conversation with somebody. But, you know, it's really easy over the internet, like, just to have like a quick conversation here and then pick it up later and just keep each other going through, which is really special. And
because you don't have to be alone. Like you don't have to do this journey alone. You can have a community of people around you that get it, that want you to succeed. I think that's really important for a lot of people. Their family isn't on board when they decide they want to take this step with a healthy lifestyle, and their family might be afraid that they're going to change, and they're not. They just want to be a better person. So to have that support unit around you that believe in you is a big thing, and a lot of people are scared that they won't have that, which is special. So thank you for sharing that. That's a big deal that you had that support, and it really helped you through.
I got another question for you, Alyssa. Did you have any breakdowns?
I can remember at least 2 big breakdowns.
Tell us.
So the first one, I think I started to get really discouraged when I didn't lose weight one week, because I only weighed myself every Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I only weighed once a week, which really kept me from getting I felt like if I didn't know, I wouldn't get as discouraged. So if it like one day it went up 2 pounds and I was like, whoa, what did I do wrong? Like, what am I doing? But I always saw I never really saw a gain until I think it was like week 3. I got on the scale and it was like a 1 pound gain, which is not much, but when you're trying to lose 50 pounds, 1 pound is hard, you know? So one of my friends, Sarah Jane, she posted some really cool stuff on like inspirational quotes up on it. And there was one that says, it just really touched, it was really inspiring to me. And it was like, no matter how much you've dealt with, just always remember how far you've come. And so I actually printed that out that day and I posted, I taped it to my bathroom mirror so that every day when I looked in the mirror, I could read that inspirational quote. And it just really got me through that hard time of feeling like it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So cool. And what about the second breakdown?
I think the second breakdown was when the weather got really bad here and I couldn't go running. And I thought I was going to fail the program because I couldn't do 100%. And when I do something, I like to do it to the best of my ability. Like I like to, if I fail, I like to say at least I gave it all that I had. And so when it snows here, and we get quite a bit of snow, and it's not fun to run in the snow. I know some of you do, but I hate being cold. So I couldn't run, and I thought that I failed and that I wasn't gonna be able to continue the program, and I got really upset. And And then that was in my round 2 when I only had like 10 more pounds to lose, and they just weren't budging. And I was like, man, now it's really not going to come off because I can't run. But then I got a bike, an exercise bike, and I just started biking in my living room, like setting it up with the kids and just biking it out while they played around me and stuff. So that really did help to get me through that.
It's amazing.
It's so good that you just push through, because a lot of people, that's what a lot of our tendency is, to just quit and say, I'll just start after winter.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I'd love to share with you that I find and found so inspiring, and I think it's really, I'd love to share it with everyone listening, is during the program, your little boy got really, really sick and you ended up in hospital with him. And in that situation, I remember when it happened, my heart really went out to you as a mother. And obviously you as a dad, for anyone, no parent ever wants their kids to get really, really sick and especially end up in hospital, and you were trying to do the program. And I remember you got through it. And I think for a lot of people, you had a lot of ups and downs during it. And I think it's really important for people to realize you still broke through that. And even with a baby in hospital, you know, like, you really are inspiring.
Yeah.
Can you just share that, you going through that? That'd be really amazing if you could.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely stressful. So how I handle stress is that I want to eat. I want to eat everything, like when I'm stressed out. And so, yes, it was, hi, it was very stressful. But, and especially going down to, so we stayed 2 days and 1 night in the hospital with him. And I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave the hospital in case something happened or whatever. And so all I really had to choose from was from the cafeteria. And you think a hospital where they want you to eat healthy would have some healthy choices there. And they literally had tables of donuts 24/7, like fresh delivered donuts and bagels and pastry. And it was, I walked in there and I was like, I just need to leave. So I actually did pack my own snacks. I packed some dried mangoes and some almonds, and I brought my own almond milk for just a splash of almond milk in my coffee. Or I have something I really like is just like crushed up almonds and just sprinkle it over a little almond milk and eat it like cereal.
Wow, that sounds yummy.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I put a little bit of like pumpkin seeds in it and a little bit of crushed up walnuts. It's pretty good. And so I did bring some of my own snacks, but when it came to a meal, I was like, wow, how am I going to get through this? But I did find that there were choices, like they had a little like deli, so I could get some cooked meat, and there was a salad bar, so I pretty much lived in the salad bar.
Wow. So
cool.
So even in the stress, the most stressful moment in your life, you still made it through. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah. And how's that helped you with the rest of your life? Because normally people find when they do something like this, they get empowered by themselves, they inspire themselves, and they realize that they're worth so much more than they gave themselves credit for before. How do you feel about yourself now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel a lot more confident as far as like being out in public and being around people, and just my favorite part, and this might sound weird, and maybe you'll probably understand this, Sharny, is going into my closet and picking out clothes and just putting them on and they fit. That's like the best thing. And just being able to just be confident in them as well, instead of being like, oh, these don't fit me. And just, I feel like it's definitely changed who I am. My husband said, this was an awesome quote. He said, before you had a lot of energy and now you're supersonic.
Hey, that's good.
And is he loving that? Is he loving supersonic?
At first, I think he was a little bit, like, just like afraid of it, I think, at first, because he saw what I was doing, and I think he wanted to do it as well, but didn't. I told him what the fit was all about, and he's like, I can't give up carbs. I can't do that. I work too much. I can't run. I can't work out like that. So I think he was a little bit, maybe a little bit jealous of the fact that I did it. So it was kind of like he ignored it for a while, I think, and didn't ever like say, "Oh wow, you lost weight. Oh wow, you look good." And it was kind of that's kind of hard on me because I was like, man, I've lost a lot of weight. You think he would notice? I'm a lot more energetic. I have a lot more, when I come home from a run, I feel a lot more, amorous when I'm with him. But I think it was a little bit like, whoa, who is this person at first? But now, a year later, he's actually lost 20 pounds and started exercising a lot more and eating a lot more vegetables and really watching what he eats too. So he even asked me to stop making him so much carbohydrates. And I'm like, yes.
So just by you doing what you needed to do for yourself, you've inspired your family around you. How does that make you feel? Like you did that? You did that just by focusing on what you needed.
I love that he was motivated to lose weight. I mean, he wasn't overweight by any means, but he had a dad bod. So he did kind of see me and be like, man, she's got a really good looking body. Maybe I should get a good looking body too. So I think that was sort of like he told me, he was like, man, if you're gonna look this good, I gotta look that good. So
That's awesome.
that was pretty good. I really, and I love the change. I tell him all the time. I said, wow, you look great. Like you just look so good. And he was like, well, I have to,
So has it helped? It's helped your marriage, this whole thing?
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah, it's really helped my marriage a lot too. Just I feel like that since I have gotten happy and healthy and fit, that he sees it, and you can't help but like when you live that close to a person, when that person is so happy and healthy all the time and you're not, I feel like you either jump on board with them because you just can't help it. And I was hoping for that. That was my big hope, is just to be happy, healthy, and show him how good it is. Maybe he'd do it too. And he did. He didn't do the Fit Dad group, but he did cut out carbs and start exercising more. So.
Just kind of followed your lead, which is so amazing. So for people watching and wanting to get healthy and you just want to drag your partner in, for a lot of the mums and dads that have done the program, they just started. They just literally took those steps day by day, and without even intentionally dragging your partner. If they're not ready, don't push them. Just do what you need to do and you will inspire them. I can promise you that. It happens over and over and over again. Hey, we see it all the time.
Yeah, that's cool. And then another really good point that you bring up, Alyssa, with your husband is we find a lot of men get a little bit worried that their wife's going to suddenly be super hot and she's going to leave him.
Which is so silly.
Which is silly because really, guys, the mum's not doing it for anyone else but herself to start off with. And only you're the only one who's going to get the benefit. So can you tell us, because from his perspective, he's the opposite of what most guys go through. How did he come up with that, do you think?
First, he was a little bit like, wow, what are you doing this for? Like, who do you see that I don't know? Like, why are you getting, like, he would love me either way. And that's awesome. But how I love me is fit and happy and healthy. And I was suffering from IBS, is irritable bowel syndrome, and I was very unhappy. I was in a lot of pain. I was always very gassy and uncomfortable. So our sex life wasn't like where it should have been. And so when it started to pick up a lot more, he was like, wow, what's going on? Like, what is this all about? And I think it caught him off guard, just that, those endorphins, they do a lot of good for you and your drive, and they really make you want to do it a lot more. So I think that it really did catch him off guard at first. He thought, wow, maybe she's seeing somebody else and wants to get hot for them, or she's going to leave me and wants to get hot before she leaves me. I don't know. but he was a little intimidated by it at first. I know for sure. But as soon as he found out that it was making me happy and that's what I wanted to do, because this is like probably one of the first times in my life that I have ever truly said that I love my body, even in high school.
Wow.
I mean, as a woman, yeah.
That's amazing. Yes, honestly, I know that you're an inspiration in the community. People tell you all the time, but I feel like even people that you don't even know will come across you or see you, and you don't even know the lives that you're changing just through someone seeing you, and you're giving them hope that maybe it's possible for them. So thank you for allowing us to share your story and to share your photos and to just being so open to help us make mums and dads see that they can be better and they can be happy. It is possible.
It's so cool. Hey, we're not going yet. I got lots of important questions.
More questions, but I just want to say thank you. I just think it's amazing.
So here's a question: did you cheat? But that's not on your marriage.
On food, did you cheat?
Yeah.
On the food program, yes, I did cheat, and I did not cheat often, but when I did, it was like overeating on almonds, or let's see. Okay, so it was around the holiday season, and so for the holiday, I ate really well and really clean, but I did take like a bite or two of pie, like each one, just to taste it. But I was in the middle of, so I did 2 rounds back to back, and I ended on Christmas Day. So I went through all of, major eating times being on, and people did question me, like, aren't you going to eat? Like, is that all you're going to eat? And I would, every place I go, I just bring a giant bowl of salad with me everywhere. Just, just try to feed everybody salad everywhere I went. So I did cheat. I'm human and I have cravings, and sometimes I would give into those cravings. But I know at the end of the day that now this is a lifestyle for me. I know that the next morning I just jump right in it again because it's a lifestyle now, and I won't go back there because it just doesn't make me happy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's so good. Next question. Did you have any breakthroughs?
Yeah, I actually tried out for a Mary Poppins play, the Broadway version of Mary Poppins. It was a local play, and I just like had all this energy, and I felt like, man, I would love to get on stage and just perform, and I love to sing, and I like to perform. I did, but I didn't do it much as an adult, mostly as a child. And so I just took a big risk and was like, man, we'll just see what happens. And I actually got the role of, I don't know if you know Mary Poppins, the Disney Mary Poppins. I got the role of Mrs. Banks, and it was so awesome. I was like, I didn't even expect to get a role, and I got one of the leading roles. So I was very, very ecstatic about that, and I just had a blast with that. It was awesome.
That's so inspiring. So do you think that you probably wouldn't have even auditioned if you hadn't have gone through this process and rebuilt your confidence again?
I don't think so, because I was so insecure about my body and myself that I just stayed home. Like, there was a time where I stayed home for 18 days straight. I didn't leave my house because I just felt like I was too tired. I was too worn out. Like, I didn't want to get dressed. Was the big thing, is because I knew nothing in my closet fit me. So I just stayed home in yoga pants for, almost a whole month. I had 2 babies and I felt terrible. And so I think I don't want to go back there for sure.
And what would you yourself now, today, what would you tell that person back the day that you got on the scales with your husband, right back then in that moment? What would you tell her?
I would just say it is possible. Like, you can do this. You just have to want it, and you have to really, really want it and put your all into it. But I would just say I didn't think it was possible. I never, ever could have thought that I would lose 50 pounds. I thought maybe 20, get back to the weight I was before kids. Like I'm more fit now than I was when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
So that's a lot. Like a lot. Like I don't ever remember weighing this weight. And it's not like it's an unhealthy weight, because I mean, I have muscles.
You look
and
amazing.
I'm not unhealthy. I didn't do it. And that's the biggest part is, in high school, I thought if you don't eat, you'll lose weight and you'll be skinny and everybody will love you. But there's a difference between being skinny and being fit, because I've noticed that some girls are skinny, but fit girls, they have like muscle tone and thighs. And, I think that's more beautiful than just being skinny. But I would just say it's possible and you can do it. And I'm just your average stay-at-home mom who just wants to be happy for her family and live a long, happy, healthy life.
And Alyssa, you're such an inspiration. When we said that we were going to interview you, we got so many comments, people so excited because it was you. Now tell us, what does it feel like for you? Like you say, you're just a stay-at-home mom, but you're just a stay-at-home mom that has inspired at least 14,000 people.
I just want people to feel this way. Like, I think I want the same thing you guys want. I just want people to see that life doesn't have to be slow. It doesn't have to be tired all the time. And I see little things like tired as a mother, and I just laugh at them because I'm like, yeah, I get it, but it doesn't have to be that way. Moms aren't always tired, and it comes as like, a thing that moms just are always tired. But I want people to want it, and I want them to just get it. Like it's just so hard, because when I see people who are doing so well and like thriving in this program, I'm like, yes, you're doing it. You got this. That really inspires me actually to almost just like check myself. Like, am I staying on what I'm eating? Am I staying on my exercise? Like, and so it inspires me to inspire other people, if that makes any sense.
It absolutely does. It's so amazing. So
and it's
cool.
so important what you're saying there before, is it's not about weight loss. Like, people think that this is about weight loss, and this is how people generally find out about it, because everyone's looking to lose weight. But when you start becoming nutritionally balanced and you start exercising for yourself and you're testing yourself, you start realizing how much more potential you have in your life. It's so good to see where you are now. And then you see, for us, the most awesome thing is when someone comes through a program and then inspires other people to do what they've done.
Yeah, it's like a ripple effect. It's amazing. And actually a few people, there was a question earlier of a lady saying, I don't have much weight to lose. We do have people that actually don't have much weight to lose, and they just want to get healthy because they might not have a lot of weight to lose, but they're still not nourishing their body right. So that is totally doable as well, isn't it? Like, if you don't have weight to lose, you can still get healthy. That's most important, because you can still be unhappy and lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're in maintenance now, which means
and not necessarily just lean, but I think that even if I didn't have, I don't want to lose any weight. I'm on the maintenance. I'm really happy where I'm at. I've sustained this weight. I've even, been this weight now for 9 months. I'm happy here. Like, I like it here. So yeah, so I just keep going as far as what I like to eat and what makes me feel good, but just knowing that sometimes when you have to take a break, and yes, you don't want to lose any weight, but you want to continue building muscle and toning your muscles and looking toned. And like I said, there's a difference between being skinny and being fit, because yeah, you don't have any weight to lose, but maybe you want to have some muscle. Like, maybe you want to put a shirt on and like the way your arms look when they're muscly, or when your strength, and yeah, or just learn to run, because this program, it's awesome, got me running. And I used to like to run. I never did, but it's awesome the way it builds you up. The exercises strengthen those muscles for running, so you run better.
Okay, so what's next for you, Alyssa? Where to from now?
So I I don't know if you guys saw it, but I signed up for a Spartan sprint. My older sister had a hole replaced in her heart in December, and I challenged her to bounce back to the Spartan sprint because I want her to get in shape, not just in shape, but I want her to get healthier. So her doctor released her to do any exercises. And so I said, hey, let's train for this. And it's the Spartan sprint. It's like an obstacle race. It was I want to say it was like a 6K, or no, yeah, 6K. I think it was a 6K race with 25 obstacles. And so I did that with my mom, my 50-year-old mom,
Wow.
and my 30-year-old sister. And we had so much fun. It was so great. And so now I have signed up. So there's the Spartan Sprint, which is a 4 to 5 mile. And then there is the Spartan Super, which is an 8 mile. And then there's a Spartan Beast, which is a 12 mile. And I have signed up for all 3 of them. And if you do 3 in 1 year, you get a trifecta. And so my super is in November. So I'll be doing the 8 mile in November.
Wow.
So that's not just an 8 mile run. That's an 8 mile with obstacles all the way through it.
And it's on a BMX course. So you're going up steep hills and down hills, and you're in the dirt and you're in the mud, and you go through mud pits. Like you dive underneath through mud pits. So if you saw my pictures, I was very muddy.
We'll be watching, hey, for sure. Okay, so have you got anything, I'd love to just, anything inspirational you want to finish with, because we'll let you go. We know you're busy. Anything that you'd like to just share or say to anyone out there, mums and dads, that maybe are thinking about just getting healthy, whatever it might be?
Yeah, I think mostly it's just, it's possible. I mean, all you have to do is trust. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think people don't trust that it's actually going to work for them. And so they just do it and they don't see the weight loss they want, so they give up or they make excuses on why they can't work out that day. But if you do the program and you follow the program and you do what the workouts are and you just tell yourself that, not that you can't eat that, but that you won't eat that. If somebody says, here, take a bite of my donut, you say, no, I don't eat that, instead of I can't. So you're saying, I choose not to do it, not that you're restricted from it. It's a choice now. Has really changed my mindset as far as, no, I don't want to eat that because it makes me feel terrible. So why would I want to eat that? And so my friends, I went to a camp out and they're like, wow, hello abs. And I said, yeah, I mean, I work out, whatever. And they're making their Doritos and stuff. And then they said, do you want some Doritos? And I said, no, I don't eat that because it makes me feel terrible. And they're like, wow, you're right. I never eat a Dorito and I'm happy that I ate it, or like a piece of cake and say, wow, I'm so glad I ate that cake. It's just, It's always like, you feel terrible after you eat a piece of cake because you're like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have ate that kind of thing. So I know that it upsets my stomach and I say, no, I'm sorry. Now that I don't want to eat those things because I don't like the way they make me feel. Mostly just trust in the program because it's real. It works. I mean, if you just do what lined out for you and it's so simple. And what I loved most about it was the simplicity of the food choices, because you know what you can eat and that's all you can eat. And so you go out to the grocery store and that's all you buy because that's all you can eat. And you may not like some of it, but I ate the same thing for breakfast for the first round, the cut bacon and the eggs and the spinach for breakfast every morning. But now I'm learning how to poach eggs and I'm learning how to, incorporate different vegetables. So I think most of it is just take it for what it's worth and trust that it works. Because even if you don't have a lot of weight to lose, you will get fit. You can't not do these workouts and not get fit. So yeah, that would be the biggest thing, is people don't trust.
That's so, what you just said is amazing. And every piece I was getting goosebumps because I'm like, yes, it's so right. So thank you for hanging with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was so awesome to just get invited to do this. And I'm so flattered that that you had me on here and that I had a chance to go live with you, because I love your lives. I try to get on for every live. The time difference makes it a little bit hard, but I love your lives. And thank you so much for having me on here. I just want everybody to know that I love you guys, and my life is so amazing now that I'm fit and happy and healthy, and I don't want to go back there for nothing. Not one piece of cake or donut could change that for me. So now that it's a lifestyle, this is where I'm at.
Oh, you're a beautiful person.
You are so beautiful. Mwah.
Thank you. Lecky wants to show you. She's been hanging out nearly an hour to show you, Alyssa, her, what is it?
Slime. It's this. Hang on, I'll show you. Come back here, sweetie. There we go. There it is.
Oh,
it's gloopy gloop or something. Yeah, it's really fun and nice and messy. Oh, that's amazing. We'll say thank you so much.
It's beautiful. I love it. Does it squish and make funny noises?
Say thank you for coming. Bye.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Bye.
You're awesome. Bye.